YouTube, my name is Shadies on Broadway, but you may also call me Josh. Welcome to my in-depth strategy guide about Fog Islands for Seafarers of Catan. Today we have a new member to the team, and his name is Dexton. We work together in real life and are pretty close. He has agreed to help us in our future videos, so let's give him a warm welcome. Also, I wanted to say thank you to you guys for the 100 subscribers. Let's work hard moving toward our next goal of 500 subscribers. Let's get into the video. What is Fog Islands? Other Catanian seafarers discover a new land called the Fog Islands. Near the island stretches a mysterious sea, mostly covered by a thick fog. Fearless seafarers who have ventured into the fog-shrouded ocean tell tales of fertile hidden lands and a legendary of land gold. Thirsty for adventure, the Catanians land their ships and supplies and seeds and set out on a voyage to the mysterious ocean in the fog. So that's just the basic introduction of seafarers that Catan has listed in their rulebook. Keep in mind in this video we will be covering the updated 2020 rules. In order to be 100% thorough, we will be going over the differences in 3 and 4 player games. For 5 and 6 player games, stay tuned for a future video once Colonist releases it. We will first begin with setting up the 2 initial islands. These are the 2 islands you may start on during the setup phase of the game. The Fog Islands requires 8 ports for 3 players, 1 for each resource, and 3 3-for-1s. For 4-player games, it requires 1 of each resource and 4 3-for-1s. Moving on to the board, for 3 players you will need the following tiles: 16 sea, 0 desert, 0 gold, 4 sheep, 4 wood, 2 ore, 2 wheat, and 2 brick. For proper terms, these are known as sea tiles, desert tiles, gold fields, pastures, forests, mountains, fields, and hills, respectively. The revealed numbers 02s, 13, 14, 25s, 26s, 28s, 29s, 110, 211s, and 112. For 4-player games, we need the following tiles: 13 sea, 0 desert, 0 gold, 4 sheep, 4 wood, 3 ore, 3 wheat, 3 brick. And the numbers for these 2 islands are 1 2, 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s, 2 6s, 2 8s, 2 9s, 2 10s, 111, and 112. These numbers and tiles are set up randomly, however the numbers 6s and 8 can't be near each other. Any other possibility is allowed, even 2 of the same number or resource touching. For the fog tiles, there are the same amount of numbers and resource hexes, with the exception that in 4-player games, there are 1 3 and 2 11s, as opposed to 2 3s and 1 11 in 3 players. There are 0 2s, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6, 1 8, 1 9, 1 10, and 1 12. Amongst the fog, the following tiles apply: 2 sea, 0 desert, 2 gold, 1 sheep, 1 wood, 2 ore, 2 wheat, 2 brick. Keep in mind, due to these being random, the sea, the gold, the 6, and the 8 can be anywhere. You can either get really lucky or have some serious misfortune. The pirate starts in its designated area, with the robber starting on the 12. I hope in your games the 12s don't roll early on. What mechanics are new in Fog Islands, you may ask? Well, other than the fact that there are many unrevealed tiles, which is awesome by the way, when you connect a rotor ship to an unexplored area, you also get the resource of the type of tile revealed. Keep in mind, if you explore a sea tile, you don't get anything out of it. Better luck next time. If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to subscribe, give a big thumbs up, and a comment. It seriously helps. So why is Fog Islands my favorite scenario? First of all, it's played to 12 points, only 2 more than the base game. Compared to most of the other scenarios, it makes for a quick and simple game. Secondly, it's a relatively simple scenario. Although all the scenarios currently on Colonist are pretty simple, Fog Islands allows for smooth sailing, pun intended. There's no tricky way to get points. The way you earn points are kept the same as base, which makes it a little bit more relatable to someone who only enjoys regular Catan. Third, everyone has an equal shot. The issue I find with Through the Desert and Heading for New Shores is it generally skews for one player's position over another. Because in those scenarios, it is necessary to expand to the islands and achieve the extra VP, you'll find many examples where someone will be stuck on the main island and have no chance to win. Whereas in Fog Islands, due to it being in 2 larger islands, everyone has the opportunity to set sail. It's fairly difficult to get cut off, and although some tiles will be better than others, everyone will have a chance to explore at least a few. The numbers and hexes are random. How many of you prefer crazy random setups? I know I do. It creates a much more enjoyable experience when you don't know what is going to happen. You could have a situation where the player in last gets on 6 and 8 gold and completely turns the game in their favor. That is the kind of gameplay that I long to see in Catan. No one wishes to play a game where one player falls behind and is completely out of it. We're going to switch to Dexton for this visual example. Take it away, Dex.
Hey guys, my name is Dex. Let's take a look at this image. Following everything Josh has said so far, how many wood tiles remained within the fog tiles? See if you can answer correctly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you answered 0, you're correct. Now back to you, Josh.
Thanks, Dexton. That was awesome. Continuing on. When playing Fog Islands for the first time, you'll have to consider a couple things. Playing on the coast may seem like a dumb idea at first, losing 3 numbers versus 2. However, I speak from experience of many games played in WoD that the winner almost always plays a settlement on the coast in order to expand quickly. It may also not be a bad idea to place a settlement on one hex spot when expanding to the fog. Sometimes it's necessary if you feel like somebody might cut you off, but you're usually better off trying to explore the fog and collect the resources that way. And of course pray for a gold. You have to forget your roots that ore and wheat are the most important, which isn't wrong, but really that only applies to base game. Wood and sheep are absolutely necessary in order to expand quickly as they are used for ships. An important note is that ships and roads do count toward the longest road if there's a settlement between them, so try to plan this out accordingly. Try to identify trading partners. This is really important. If you notice sheep and wood are on the same number, try to be friendly with a player that gets on the opposite resource as you. If that number rolls more than once, you'll be able to trade with each other to achieve victory. Whereas it is possible to win without sheep and wood, I've seen it done before. If this is your strategy, make sure you focus on buying development cards. Strong sheep, strong ore, and strong wheat. You'll have to rely on getting the largest army with knights, and maybe even some victory points along the way. Additionally, because everyone is expanding quickly, there are usually multiple players competing for longest road. This allows for the player that goes for the largest army to sneak away with the win quite easily. Your general strategy should always be to explore the fog as quickly as possible. However, do keep in mind you can get unlucky, reveal bad tiles, and leave good ones for your opponent since you've already exhausted the resources. Thankfully, in Seafarers you can move ships, but sometimes it isn't enough. Don't like what you see in the fog? See if you can pivot your ship to explore the one next to it. For all you newer players out there, this is what the 4-player map for Fog Islands looks like. Here's what the 3-player map looks like for Fog Islands. In this example, I'm going to go ahead and place a ship. Notice how I have a settlement touching the coast, and I don't have any roads connected on that side, because obviously you can't place roads on the sea. So we're going to put down a ship, and notice that I get a brick for exploring the brick tile. Here's an example of exploring the gold hex. Notice how since I explored it, I get to pick a resource that I want from the bank, just like a Year of Plenty. In this example, I'm going to show you what it looks like to explore a sea tile. Notice how because I explored the sea tile, I didn't get any resources. Let's take a look at this example. Look at my hand right now. Obviously I can't settle on that 11-4, and look how many cards my opponent has. It's pretty clear to me that they're going to be able to settle before me. So this is an example of me being cautious and moving my ship to the other side, like this. Now let's see what happens. That was a good call. As you can see, my opponent cut me off. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching this video. See you soon.